How are we doing, guys? TheBrokenMachine here. We got a new patch coming out for Battlefield 5 tomorrow. Today we're going to be going over the update notes. If you want to read all of these yourself, I'll leave a link down below. But in this video we're going to go over the more important points. So tomorrow we will be seeing a new vehicle, the Sturmgeschtz 4 tank, an Axis tank, well equipped for self-defense. It's got a top gunner position and a remotely controlled machine gun turret that can be operated safely from within the tank. This one can be unlocked by completing the weekly challenge of the 3rd chapter event of Chapter 2, Lightning Strikes. There's also more functionality being added to practice range, much needed in my opinion, and many improvements are coming to the Panzerstorm map, and of course several bug fixes. The new tank has a low silhouette, making it great for ambush tactics, and the turretless design makes it less vulnerable to enemy tanks. Drivers of this vehicle will have to align the hull of their tank in the direction of an enemy in order to overcome the limited movement of their main cannon. This vehicle is well equipped for self-defense, having both the top gunner position and the remotely controlled machine gun. Now you'll definitely be seeing some teamwork here, as this can be operated by a passenger. As for the specialization tree, this sounds pretty interesting. You can improve the survivability of the vehicle and the anti-infantry capabilities of the tank if you want to get into the thick of the action. Alternatively, you could go for a longer barrel and armor-piercing shells to increase the shell velocity and be more effective against long distance, against anti-tanks. Against tanks even, not anti-tanks. Or maybe anti-tanks, I don't know. Long distance, anyway. Next up, we have some improvements to the practice range. Definitely needed this. Quite disappointed in the practice range, so I'm looking forward to checking out these changes. So, gadget changes. You can now practice shooting the Panzerfaust and other gadgets against stationary and moving targets. Skeet shooting, you can improve your accuracy in the skeet shooting arena with various difficulty levels here. Grenade practice, learn to accurately toss grenades at randomly spawning barrels. Definitely looking forward to that. Bullet drop. You can see the visualization of where your bullets will land here. That's something I'm definitely looking forward to trying, especially with the sniper rifles. It is quite hard to see where the sniper shots are landing sometimes. There has been additional spawns added here, so you can change where you want to go rather than just spawning into the main area. The open range mini modes now feature 1, 2, and 3-star practice range ribbons that can be obtained by scoring streaks in easy, normal, and hard modes respectively. These ribbons can be viewed in the scoreboard. Now, as for the Panzerstorm map, lots of updates here. This is quite massive, so I'm going to read out what they've put here and then give my opinion on it. Hopefully by the time we get to check out the patch, it will be nice and a decent addition. Now, so many changes here, so let's quickly rush through it. The most obvious change is the extension of the F point. We've added additional buildings to the swine farm and made it basically 4 times bigger. These buildings should bring additional cover to infantry and tanks alike. We also added an oak alley along the road between G and D to make it easier for infantry to navigate in this previously open space. A common criticism of the map from infantry players is that they feel they are too exposed. We've worked a lot to try and help you out with this. We've added lots of ditches and mounds along edges of fields to help you sneak up on tanks out in the open. We call this the harass treatment, and if you're familiar with that map, you'll now find more height differences along ridges, stone walls, and roads, as well as deeper ditches next to these roads. Lots of these changes are fairly minor, but will add up to a more enjoyable infantry life. While the tank battles from A to D are really cool, we want to add some soft cover to allow tankers to actually advance. We've added a few trees to help with this. We've also rotated the house on D points 180 degrees so you can use the top floor for sniping. We've also added ladders to the barn on D if you want to take a peek out into the fields. Some of the changes should mirror gameplay improvements we achieved by adding the oak alley to the area between D and G. The path between D and E offered no real lanes or good cover, and when studying the data, we could clearly see that fighting between D and E is much more erratic than we'd hoped for. We've tried improving upon what's already there by adding additional soft cover and height changes in the terrain to help you at least get some of the way before deciding if it's worth taking the risk running out in the open. This should hopefully lead to fewer firefights where getting shot from unexpected angles occur. We'll keep an eye on the telemetry to see if we need need to make additional changes going forward. The area between B and C has been integrated into the tank defense line. This will lead to more infantry cover between these points and hopefully extend the strong infantry movement from EDC to B as well. All good changes there. Definitely look forward to that. I dropped 41-1 on this map when it came out, and after that it's been so hit and miss. You know, some days are really good, some days are really not. You know, I agree, you do feel really exposed. I'm loving the changes to some of the areas here. Hopefully we'll see more interaction between them, because you know, right now the map seems to be a little bit hit and miss. And I'm really looking forward to see how these changes play out when we finally get to see this map on Grand Operations. Also, the flight ceiling has been raised a little bit, so hopefully the planes have been improved there. Can't really say much about that, I've not really used the planes on this map. And there is also additional fortifications across the map to help infantry build up a stronger foothold against advancing tanks. All good changes in my opinion. Okay, footsteps should be improved a little bit in this update. The volume attenuation of third-person footsteps over distance has been increased. So this is somewhere between the original shipped value and the previous update. At 25 meters, the footstep volume will now drop to 28%. This compares with a previous update value of 71% and an original shipped value of 10%. So the volume should be a little bit better here in places. Footsteps on snow have had their perceived volume reduced ever so slightly. Also fixed is an issue where it wouldn't be possible to damage players performing a high vault. I've noticed this quite a lot, so that's good to see. Increase the minimum vault height when players are moving forward with a minimum forward velocity of 1 meters per second. This improvement will reduce situations where players will vault over small height obstacles instead of simply jumping. Definitely look forward to that. I've been gotten stuck on so many situations, not happy about that, so hopefully well, not stuck, but that's instead of simply jumping, you know, that's happened to me so many times. I tried to jump in the middle of gunfight and my guy just decides to climb something. So additional general vaulting improvements. Players are no longer vaulting stairs when trying to jump while running. They've added a faster ledge grab animation that can be triggered when falling for a short duration, and they've also improved the slow ledge grab animation to make it less jarring. They've also included an update to the detection of ledge grab continuous when pressing and holding the vault key while falling. Mashing buttons is no longer required to grab a ledge while falling. Nice change there. Lots more improvements to the vaulting there. Hopefully that'll mean we won't get stuck on stupid things and won't vault over stuff when we just want to jump, you know. So good changes there. I'd love to test them out right now, actually. As for vehicles, lots of third-person fixes. Flak 38 now shows the correct ammo name. Improved the behavior of the flares on the Panzer 38T. Added a horn to the universal carrier. Loads of changes here. Fix an exploit where players could skip the reloading process for weapons. I did not know about that. That is dirty. I'm glad that's been fixed. Also, there's been a substantial system improvement in AA behavior, so players should notice that shells that detonate in proximity to an airplane do damage more consistently, and also that shots that are closer to the target do more damage than shots that are further from the target. Much needed change there. This is especially obvious, they say, when planes are flying directly at or away from an AA, with higher damage for flying at an AA and lower when trying to escape an AA. Fast-firing AA is now better against highly maneuverable small targets like fighters, and slow-firing AA is now better against larger targets like bombers. Some interesting changes there. It's going to change up the map a little bit. Want to be using the right AAs there. There's loads more changes here. There is just so much. Front lines has been fixed, actually. They fixed several issues with front lines that were causing the game mode to be played with the wrong number of players. That was really annoying. The HUD to be missing, didn't experience that myself, and some text strings not showing the correct information. So guys, Frontlines is back. That's good to see. I love Frontlines, really good mode, but when it's dropped the play count, that was just terrible, absolutely terrible. So that's a good change. Also, a much needed update, the chat window is now once again visible. Now, there's loads more fixes, so much. If you want to read those, check out the patch notes down below. Most of it is just UI issues, simple fixes, not stuff that you really notice, you know, so yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'll leave in the link down in the description below. If you have any feedback on this patch, don't forget to log into the official Battlefield forums and leave your comments down there. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. I'll be streaming 2 PM UK time. Do come check check it out. And do drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. I'm not a big fan of making these types of videos, so do let me know if you'd like to see them. I feel like they're a bit, I don't know, I don't feel so natural when I'm doing these. This one's not scripted, I'm just reading off the update notes and yeah, just going through them. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you did. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.